Imagine this. The world around you constantly demands your attention, pulls you in 1,000 directions, and feeds your mind with endless distractions. We are weighed down by invisible chains, most of them self-imposed, gripping us so tightly that we mistake the tension for normalcy. But what if happiness is not something we chase, but something we uncover hidden beneath layers of unnecessary burdens? What if happiness comes not from holding on, but from letting go? The ancient Stoics knew this truth deeply. They didn't merely preach detachment as an abstract concept. They lived it. They understood that the greatest battles we fight are not with others, but within ourselves. And the victory is achieved not through acquisition, but through renunciation. Let us embark together on a journey of release, journey toward happiness. In the hearts of the Stoics, the pursuit of happiness was synonymous with the pursuit of inner freedom. True happiness is found not in wealth, pleasure, or fame, but in mastering the self and shedding the emotional chains that bind us. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. We are often mistaken in believing that more control over life's outcomes will bring us peace. We cling to emotions, desires, and expectations, only to find that these very things are the source of our misery. The wisdom of Stoicism offers us an antidote. We must learn to let go. Today, we will explore the 4 things that weigh most heavily upon our minds and hearts: our need for control, our anger, our envy, and our fear of loss. In releasing these, we uncover the key to unshakable peace and joy. Part 1. Let go of the illusion of control. It seduces us into believing we are masters of fate. Yet, as the Stoics understood, the vast majority of life's events are beyond our power. Epictetus, one of the great Stoic philosophers, reminded us, some things are within our control, and some things are not. What is within our control? Our thoughts, our actions, our reactions. What is not? The behavior of others, the outcome of events, the twists of fortune. And yet, we exhaust ourselves in the fruitless pursuit of control over the uncontrollable. We are like sailors who, rather than adjusting the sails to the wind, try to command the wind itself. This folly is the root of our anxiety and frustration. Picture a man building a sandcastle by the shore, laboring tirelessly to protect it from the incoming tide. His efforts are futile, yet he refuses to stop, as if by sheer force of will he could hold back the ocean. We too must recognize when we are battling forces beyond our control and focus on that which is truly ours to command, our own responses. By letting go of this illusion, we free ourselves from constant disappointment. We begin to see life not as a series of obstacles to overcome, but as a series of opportunities to demonstrate resilience, adaptability, and grace. Part 2. Let go of anger. Anger is a corrosive emotion that burns not only those who receive it, but those who harbor. How much more grievous are the consequences of anger than the causes of it? Marcus Aurelius warned us. Anger clouds our reason, disrupts our inner peace, and often leads us to actions we later regret. But anger can feel justified, even righteous. We tell ourselves that we have the right to be angry, that it is a response to the wrongs we endure. Yet Stoicism asks us, what good does anger truly serve? It does not correct the wrong. It only deepens our suffering. Storytelling element. Picture a warrior who, blinded by rage, strikes out wildly, wounding not his enemy, but his own allies and even himself. Anger makes us its slave, controlling our thoughts and distorting our judgments. To be free, we must lay it down. Letting go of anger is not the same as accepting injustice. It is about mastering the self, choosing reason and wisdom over destructive passion. As Seneca, another Stoic sage, said, anger, if not restrained, is frequently more hurtful to us than the injury that provokes it. In letting go of anger, we find clarity and strength. We begin to act not out of emotional impulse, but out of deliberate choice. Part 3. Let go of envy. Envy gnaws at the soul, robbing us of contentment. We look at others, their success, their possessions, their talents, and we feel inadequate. We begin to believe that happiness is something comparative, something defined by how we measure up to others. But envy is a thief. It steals our ability to appreciate what we have, and it fosters resentment toward those who have what we do not. As Seneca wrote, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more that is poor." Stoicism teaches us to look inward, not outward. Our worth is not determined by external measures, but by the quality of our character, our virtue, and our ability to live in accordance with nature. Picture a man wandering through a garden, But instead of admiring the beauty around him, he fixates on a single flower in another's hand, blind to the fact that he is surrounded by 1,000 others just as beautiful. Envy blinds us to the abundance we already possess. When we let go of envy, we unlock gratitude. We begin to see that life is not a competition, but a journey unique to each of us. Our contentment grows not from comparison, but from a deep appreciation for what we have and who we are. Part 4. Let go of the fear of loss. Fear of loss is perhaps the most deeply ingrained of all our anxieties. We fear losing our possessions, our loved ones, our status, even our own lives. But as the Stoics remind us, everything we have is temporary. Seneca once wrote, "It is not the things we hold dear that give us joy, but the knowledge that they are not ours forever." The fear of loss prevents us from truly living, binding us to an existence of clinging and dread. Consider a man clutching a handful of sand, squeezing it tighter and tighter, only to find it slipping through his fingers. The more we grasp at life, the more elusive it becomes. Stoicism teaches us to hold things lightly, to cherish them without attachment. In accepting the impermanence of all things, we become free. We can love deeply, live fully, and yet remain unshaken when the time comes to let go. As Epictetus said, "He who has given himself fully to fate need fear nothing." Letting go is not a loss, it is a liberation. When we release the need for control, the fire of anger, the poison of envy, and the paralyzing fear of loss, we find that we are lighter, freer, and more at peace. The Stoic path is one of mastery over the self. As we strip away these burdens, we discover that happiness is not something we attain through accumulation, but something we reveal by letting go. We are not alone in this journey. Together, we can cultivate the strength of mind and fortitude of spirit that leads to a life of true happiness. As Epictetus said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." And mastery begins with the art of letting go. Join us in this Stoic pursuit. Reflect on these 4 burdens and ask yourself, what can I let go of today? What chains can I release to embrace the freedom that leads to happiness? Together, we can walk the Stoic path and unlock the joy that lies within.